Hello everyone, we are back working on the C30. It looks a little different. I put the air cleaner on because I'm trying to clean the cab out so I pulled the seat out. My dad came by, I was going to film this, he came by so he helped me pull this out. I was trying to find a spot to put the valve block. Come on, thank you. Trying to find a spot to put this valve block where it's out of the weather and kind of easy access. So I found there's a spot. It's almost like it's perfect. There's a spot under the seat right here. Right here. Can you guys see that? I'm in the way. So right here. So a good spot. There's lots of clearance on the seat for airlines and stuff. I need to run, I haven't decided if I'm gonna run it this way or this way yet. Or who knows. Still figuring that out. You guys get to be part of my process of figuring shit out, which is, I have no idea what I'm doing, and yeah. So this wiring has to go to my dash switches, which are over here, and all four of these ports go to the separate needles on this. I'm sure I explained this the last video, but so it goes to the four separate needles on this. So I need to run a chunky amount of stuff along this side here. I'll wrap it all up nicely and make it look like a loom. It isn't work truck. It's literally just steel and rubber flooring. I'll eventually get a carpet kit, but they're expensive. So right now I'm gonna run it over this way, down along the side in its own little loom, nice taped up, and you'll never know. You might know, but you'll never know. So now I gotta figure out how to mount this to the chassis and where to mount it that I have good space, and if I need to do it like this, because I think I want to drill holes here for each of the airlines and then have them come through and like up or through and back. So we're gonna also have to figure that out, which means I have to loop the rear lines around and then towards the cab. Hopefully I have enough line. Wiring's easy, I can just extend it. That's easy. I'm not worried about that part. So let's get to it and try and get this mounted, and then I'll give you an update when I figure out how I'm mounting this. Be right back. So I'm not going to lie to you, this is extremely temporary. I did use deck screws because the bolt holes are so small, I have nothing here, and I don't want to go to the hardware store. So currently got 2-inch deck screws holding this down. It is a temporary solution, but I will go find hardware that fits eventually. But I want to run lines, and I can't run lines unless I know where that's getting mounted. That actually seems perfect there. So now I can start prepping lines from there to bring it around to the switches in the dash. And then I can do wiring to the dash. Then I can do lines to the bags. And we might be able to get this thing to air up and down. That would be crazy. So I'm going to get to work on these lines. And I'm going to be right in your way, so I'm going to move you guys. Hopefully I can find a spot in the cab you guys can see. Go. I'm just trying to tape okay, like loosely, obviously, where I want it to go, but I don't know how well the tape's gonna stick to the rubber mat. It obviously doesn't. Okay, so it's gonna be all taped together, and it won't be. It's gonna be held to the floor properly. So. I'll get nice D-rings. Stepping on it. Stepping on the beat. Doo, 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 doo. Okay. You. That's fine. Okay, you can go down there. Tape to the floor. It's not going to get taped out here, but come here. Why you got to do this to me? I'm trying to show you guys what I'm doing. I need a smaller I should get my smaller tripod, actually. That's what I should do. That would be smart, right? Okay, so there's this weird... Yeah, there's the ball chiller vent right there that I don't want to block. So I want it to come here. Okay. So that's more than enough slack. Like, that's lots of slack. And then you gotta remember, if you ever need to repair it, you want to be able to pull it out without having to fight it. That's not what I wanted to do. God, I hate this. Okay, so spare, good. I kind of like how that's run up there. There's nothing for it to grab, catch, or scrape on. So I'm gonna make the left one the left one. So if I cut it, I can pull it out that far, and then I can shove it in. Yeah, so that makes it easier. So about right there. Airline cutter. Right here, this is where I decided. Going a little bit. Yeah, I think right there is good. Okay, there's one line. Run. Now, repeat. You guys don't need to see me repeat it. I mean, you guys barely see anything. I fucking hate this. So I'm gonna make the rest of the 3 lines, hopefully, and I'll update you guys then. So, I unfortunately ran out of hose, but this is basically it. So it comes off here, loops around under the seat nicely, goes into this fold. It'll be all taped and fine. So it comes around, down, up, around back there, and then to here. I have 4 feet left. Unfortunately, that's not enough. I need 10 feet, I believe. I'm going to take one of these out and measure it. And then I have to go to Traction, which is a truck supplies place. But before I do that, I should also try and run my bigger line to see how much I'm going to need extra of that, because I know I'm going to need more. The truck's 22 feet long. They definitely did not give me enough hose for it. But that's how we're doing it. I'm just taping it, making sure it sits the way I want it. And then I'll tape it, get some D-clips, make it all nice. You'll never know. Well, you'll know, but you'll never know. You know? You know. Okay, we'll be right back again. So I had to jack the truck up so I could try and fit the bags in the rear mounts, because I need to figure out how much line I might need to go buy, because I ran out of line, as you guys saw. Ran out of line for the little line. So I'm going to run the big line now where I can, and see if I run out, if I do, if I don't, then we'll go from there. And then I can go to the truck supply shop and grab some more line, air brake line, or air ride line, whichever you want to call it. It's actually air brake line, but so just trying to fit these bags in now. Rear. That's the rear wiring harness. There. So that one's good. That one's good. I'm in your fucking way. Back from my little lunch break, because I deserve lunch too. So now we're gonna start trying to screw these airbags in, which could kind of be an absolute nightmare. I'm sure it's not going to be fun. So I just cut or drilled the holes with the step drill bit for the right size of grommet. I'm not going to paint here or anything because I'm using deck screws just to set it in place. So now I'm going to wait for this primer to dry, bed liner it, bed liner the other side. I might urethane these in and then poke the centers out and slide the hoses through. Well, start with one hose and then move on. You know what I mean. But it worked out perfectly because I wanted to make sure that, you're going to go sideways for a second. I wanted to make sure that it was in a safe, it's dark, fuck. 1 second. There we go. I wanted to make sure that the hoses came out somewhere safe. So it comes out just above the frame, which is perfect. I gotta grind this side because you can see a little bit of rust flaked off. So I'll grind and prime this side and then bed liner it so it's all nice, put the grommets in, and we're good. But that's gonna work perfectly for what I want. It's nice and safe above the frame. It'll have these nice grommets to keep them from chafing and water out. And then we'll move on to running the lines. And I'll show you one round of me running the lines. Then there's no point. It's literally just the same thing over and over and over again. Times 4. And then I got to do from the tank to the management. And then it's wiring. It's only Thursday, so I might be able to get it done. I might be able to get it aired up tomorrow. Or today. I don't know. Depends on how late I work and how I feel. I'll be right back when I'm running lines. I'm just going to grind this. This is the highest I've put the truck on the hoist. And I pick up cars for my job. Trucks terrify me. So I might have gone a little overkill. I need to be able to drop the suspension, so that's why the jack stands are so in. The hoist is on locks. And I think I need limiting straps for the rear axle because it kind of pulled the bags in a weird way. So I jacked the axle up. And now we're gonna run some airline. I don't want to be under this, but I gotta be under it to run the airline, so I gotta do what I gotta do. So I've got both rear lines run. One runs along the frame rail and across over, follows the frame rail all the way down to the back. And then this one goes above the fuel tank. It actually goes above the fuel tank there and above the tank because the exhaust will be on this side. And I don't want the line to get caught. And it crosses back over. Let me just move into position. It crosses back over here, over the frame rail, and right to the bag. I need to get 90-degree bag mounts, so that should be okay. Again, 90-degree air fitting for the bag. So the rears are done. Now I just gotta do fronts, and then wiring. So, well, I'm gonna call it here. It's been a long day of trying to figure shit out, and then I've spent a few hours wearing a Chevy as a hat. As you can see, the hoist is not very high, and I'm kind of tired right now. Dinner's here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, share to your friends. Help me grow my channel so I can do more builds like this. This has been a 3-year project. I know you guys haven't seen it for the 3 years, but like, I bought this truck in 2020. So 20, what? Maybe I've had a 4 year, coming up on 4 years because I bought it in August. So it's coming up on 4 years. So it'll be very exciting that close to the anniversary of me buying this thing, we get it aired out and maybe drive down the road with it. Have a good night, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.